Yes. Well, 186,000 was just going to the city to work with North Texas in Dallas for training workers that can be available as it continues to increase the workload there, bringing in. And we are the largest trade city in the nation.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we'll be able to educate our voters on that, and they can see that it's really of value to have a city that has now, or the area that has the largest number of corporate headquarters in the nation. And so there's a reason why these corporations are moving there. We have great air transportation. We're center country. You can go to Dallas Fort Worth Airport and reach any part of this country in a 3-hour, yes, or less. And then we've got great international travel. So we know the little pieces that are not in place, and that's what we're trying to work on.
Exactly. But I would tell you that Inland Port is a great example, too, of the partnership. We wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't the hard work that you've done here in Washington. I know there's a number of different efforts that you're going forward to continue to provide the infrastructure that's going to be necessary to create those jobs, especially in the southern part of our city. So we're very appreciative of what you're doing there, and clearly we wouldn't be anywhere near the success that we've had on the Trinity if it wasn't the hard work that you put in here in Washington. So we're just very appreciative of all the work you've done.
Thank you. It's really a pleasure for me to be able to help and promote my city. I love Dallas. My life has been essentially spent there, and I hope never to lose that drive and energy to make it a better place.
Knowing you, I don't think that will ever be the case.
So it really is a pleasure, and you've been a very energetic and a great mayor. I didn't know you quite as well when you were running, but everybody was saying, oh, he's great, he's great, he's great. So I'm delighted that you're our mayor, and I'm delighted with your energy and enthusiasm for making our city go forward. And we are going to see if we can put these pieces together to make sure. And what else is on the horizon? Do you know any other? Well, we're inundated now with our Trinity and with the hotel and other things coming forward, but I know that the city never stops. It's constantly in planning for the next stage. So I just wonder the primary challenges and the opportunities we have.
Well, as I said, I'm excited, and I know you are very optimistic about the future too, but it does take a view of making decisions today that are going to lead to those strengths.
Yes.
And again, we've been very fortunate. We've had leaders in our past that have thought about water and issues like that have given us the chance to grow. The DFW airport that you mentioned, 30, 40 years ago, that was just a vision that seemed like something we couldn't get to, and clearly today it's been a major engine of the growth that we've seen. That's what we're trying to do today, and I know you and I share that view of trying to make sure that we leave the city and the country much stronger after we're long gone. We're working hard on the issues that are important today. You mentioned the public safety. Crime's down double digits, so we're seeing great success there. We're adding police officers on that, but we're also doing things differently. Code enforcement, which had always been at City Hall, now we've got out in the neighborhoods, and we've got more accountability, more interaction and touching the various neighborhoods. So we're looking at success there. On the economic development, clearly a priority of ours has got to be to see more balance in the investment, north versus south. Unfortunately, we haven't put as much investment in the south. So we're doing things today that hopefully are going to set that up. Examples of that would be we've got creative TIF districts that now pull some of the development that we're seeing in the north, but allow us to put funds in the southern part of our city. In the next 10, 15 years, that'll be probably $100 million, and it'll be immense importance as we try to build that, because that's an asset that we have. 85% of our developable land is in the southern part of the city. That is an asset that most cities would love to have. And then if we continue to do the things of invest in things like a convention center hotel, which is a big piece of our economy, and understand that it's not a building, but it's really the future of Dallas. And we're doing it the same way as other cities have. We just want to be competitive and get our share of jobs and our share of tax dollars. And then we make the investments on things like the Trinity River Corridor project, again, which you've been so very instrumental on. We'll get benefits on transportation. Again, trying to reduce some of the pressures that we've got in the mixed master in that downtown area. And that allows us to do transportation literally even in the cities much further to the south there. That's why the mayors of Duncanville and DeSoto and Cedar Hill and Lancaster have all been supporters of the Trinity River Corridor project as well as convention center hotels because they understand how important it comes. But we'll also see that economic development, economic development on the southern and western shores of the Trinity that we've never had.
Well, those suburban cities know that the city of Dallas and the success of southern Dallas will determine what kind of success they will have. And so I think that we don't have anyone that's leading a city or on the council in these suburban municipalities that's pulling in the opposite direction. They pull for us because they know that means their success or failure. And I think that our rapid rail system is one of the best in the country. And when we started, we weren't sure how easy it would be. Now, every surrounding place would like to have a part of that rail coming in that direction, and that's moving extremely well. And that has done a lot to bring our city together. But nothing is going to be stronger than the Trinity River,
Agreed.
Where everyone can meet and know that that's theirs. Every taxpayer, whether they come in from north or south. And the downtown park, I think, along with our art center, would be another big draw. We have great art patrons, and it's just a wonderful atmosphere to be there with the art museum, concert hall, and all of the other smaller professional art groups that make you proud.
It's exciting to see the downtown area because, again, 10 or 15 years ago, you and I might have looked askew at it, but now we've got people that have moved there. As you said, it'll be the finest arts district, I think, anywhere in the nation.
Yes.
When we open it later this year, we've got all the things that are happening in Victory. With the Convention Center Hotel, we'll have all of that area that will then kind of give us the third anchor, which will then focus the nexus on the downtown that we think of, the high-rise buildings and those sorts of things. The deck park will draw the uptown area and Victory into the downtown area. And then, of course, I think the capper is the Trinity River. And the recreational components that we'll have there, we'll be able to go from downtown and walk in and do a jog through man-made lakes and all those sorts of things. And so I think that we've got a downtown that is going to be about as competitive as any downtown in the nation. But as you pointed out, it takes investment. One of the things that we've learned from you is that for us to be successful, we've got to work together as a region. It's got to be a partnership between the federal government, between the state government, and all the counties and cities that surround that. Because the issues that I know that you deal with on a day-to-day basis here, like the transportation, the infrastructure, air quality, those aren't city issues. Those are regional issues.
That's true. And education. We do have some excellent public schools, but we have a little ways to go to make all of them that way.
We need more of them.
But I'm really proud of Townview, and we have really high-performing students there, and it's a part of our education I can brag about. And we have attracted great workers from around the world with our high-tech environment for employment, and we've become very diverse, which gives us even more enrichment. And so I've been very, very pleased to see the growth of our city in that direction, because we're spreading our influence really around the world, because we have people from all over the world that's coming to Dallas. And they're bringing some talents, and most of them are very entrepreneurial. So it actually has added a number of smaller businesses that will hold employees when some of our large ones have to lay off large numbers. And I hope that we will continue to build on that. And I believe that the outlook for small businesses in the area is good. Even our larger companies, when they can, they take the smaller businesses in and kind of mentor them. We have a great small business development center at the Bill Priest Center. And so I just think that most of the things that are major, well cared for city, we have a lot of those components in place. And I think that no matter what's the unemployment